Hi everyone, welcome back to CloudDemoDive. We have built network, launched servers and stored files in the cloud in previous videos. But before we build anything else, we have to talk about security. Today we are diving into the gatekeeper of AWS. You can see that AWS IAM, Identity and Access Management. So AWS IAM is basically the gatekeeper of AWS, which we are talking about today. So what is IAM? Simply, if you can say that it is the service that helps you securely control who can access your AWS resources and what they can do with them. It allows you to manage users and their permissions to ensure that only the right people or the application has access to the right things. IAM is foundational to the security of the entire AWS environment. It is how you enforce the principle of least privilege, giving users only the permissions they need to perform their job and nothing more. When we use IAM, we deal with four key concepts: an IAM user, policies, groups, and then the IAM sign in URL. IAM user is an individual person or application that interacts with AWS. Group is basically the collection of the users, and a policy is a document that defines the permission for a user or group. It specifies what actions are allowed or denied on which resources. And finally, we have AWS accounts gets a IAM sign-in URL, which allows users to log in with their own credentials. This is how they access the AWS account without sharing your root account password. So in today's lab, we are going to get a hands-on look on the AWS Skill Builder portal, because this is the video of the Skill Builder part series. So in this video, we will get a hands-on at how all these pieces fit together. We will start by exploring some pre-configured user groups. Then we will inspect the policies that grant them permissions in real-world scenarios. We will add user to a group, and finally we will test those permissions to see the policies are in action. So let's get started. So log into your AWS Skill Builder page with your credentials, and we have one learning plan which is in progress, which we are doing this video on. So in this learning plan, click on it. In this learning plan, we completed the EC2, S3 and the introduction of AWS, introduction to VPC. So these three we can see these are completed. So today in this video we are going to do some hands-on on AWS IAM. Just click on go to training. Next we have to click on start learning. So we just click on start here or here. It will opens a document for the hands-on experience for the AWS Skill Builder. So behind the scene it will create a AWS training and certification team will create a AWS account for you, in which we will create some users groups and do the hands-on on that account. So you can see the document is coming up. So it will create a lab for us, and we will do hands-on in this lab only by going through its document. So you can see this is the lab which we are going to do. In this lab we are going to first explore the pre-created users and group, then inspecting the policies, following some real world scenarios, and then locating and using the IAM sign-in URL. So to start the lab, just click on start lab here, accept the terms and condition and start lab. You can see all the steps are mentioned right up here. You can just go through these documents and you will be able to do this hands-on properly. After you just start the lab, you have this open console in the pop-up right up here. We have to just click on that. Once it's populated, sometime it will take 1 to 3 minutes. So let's wait for a few minutes. Till the time, let's see how many tasks we have. So we have around 3 tasks. First task is to explore the users and groups. Then some business scenarios, what can happen based on users and groups related to IAM. Then we will add users add some users to the group, and then the task 3 is sign in and test the users using IAM URLs. So let's wait for the lab to get started. So yeah, after few minutes your AWS lab is ready. So just click on open console. It will create a lab account for us. So you can see here in the top right we have the account ID and the user, and it says you don't have permission to set the color of the account. That's the new feature. I also mentioned this in our previous video at my channel. So this is the user, you can say lab user. It is created. So using this user we are going to do some hands-on. So let's go to the first task. We have to explore the users and groups. It says search for the IAM. Then there are 3 users already created for us in this account. Choose user 1 and check the permission tab. So let's just go to the AWS console and search for the IAM. After clicking on here, we have to go to the user section. So you can say 3 user group, 3 users are already there. So you can just click on here or just click on here. We have 3 users already created. So just click on user 1 and you can check the permissions as well. So you can see access denied to access analyzer list policy generations. So we don't have any access to get the policies, what policies are assigned to this user. So it shows an unexpected error. Now go to the group tabs. In the groups you can say there is this user is not associated with any of the groups. Then you can see that the security credentials, we have a console link. So this is the IAM sign-in URL and it has a console password set. In the navigation pane on the left, use user groups. So now just go to the user group section. You can see 3 user groups are created and none of them has assigned to any of the users right now. All have the 0 users, you can see. We have to click on the EC2 support group and this will bring you this memory page of EC2 support group page. So let me just click on this, and in this one you can see no users are there. In the permission we have only EC2 read only access because it's the EC2 support group, so it has the access to only read only access of the EC2, which allows EC2 describe, get security group from VPC and all the required permissions. Choose EC2 read only access under the permissions tab in the new browser window and now choose JSON. So if we just click here, it will open up into the new console in new window and you can see permissions. Just click on JSON. Yeah, this is the JSON I'm talking about. So it's allowing the describe, CloudWatch, some elastic load balancing and the EC2 describe as well. These are the permissions which are allowed to this role, these policies basically. So you can see the structure of the statements of the any IAM policy is it has 3 main things: effect, action and the resources. You can see for each statement we have in this one we have 4 statements, and for each statement we have effect, action and then the resource, on which resource it is applied. Effect is allowed or not denied, action what it has the access, and the resources on which services it is going to be applied. So you can see effect, action and resources. EC2 says whether to allow or deny the permissions. Action specify the API call that is made against the AWS services, and the resources define the scope of the entity covered by the policy rules. Next, go to the user groups again. Choose the S3 support group. The S3 support group has the S3 read only access attached. You can see if you go to the S3 support, in the permissions we have S3 read only access. If you just click on that, The policy attached to it is S3 read-only access, which allows only to get, list, describe, and the S3 get object get and list actions to these user groups. The policy has the permission to get and list the resources of the AWS Amazon S3. In the next we are going to choose the EC2 group, and now this time we are going to choose the EC2 admin. In this one we have the EC2 admin policy, which is a customer inline policy. This is basically generated through customer, because these are basically AWS managed. These are the predefined policies, you can say. If you just go to this EC2 admin policy, we have these things. So you can see some error also comes up, like access denied to access analyzer, validate the policies. This group is slightly different from the other two. Instead of this AWS managed policy, it's the inline policy, so which is a policy assigned to just one user or group. Inline policies are typically used to apply permissions for one-off situations. So if we go into this EC2 admin policy under permissions, now choose JSON tab. If we go to this and if we choose JSON tab, we have all these policies right up here. These policies grant permission to describe information of EC2 and also ability to start and stop the instances. At the bottom of the screen, choose cancel and choose continue to close the policies. If you just click on just here, you have to just cancel and just click on here, because we don't have a right to edit this policy right now. So yeah, that's why that error comes at that page. So let's discuss some business scenario. So for this lab, you will work with these users and group to enable permission supporting the following business scenario. So suppose the company is growing in use of AWS and using EC2 instances and great deal of Amazon S3 storages, and we have to give the access to the new staff depending upon their job functions. So basically in the user 1 will in group S3 support, user through in the EC2 support, user 3 in the EC2 admin. User 1 will do the read only access to Amazon S3, 2 will get the read only access of EC2, and user 3 will get the view, start and stop of EC2 instances. So this is the scenario which we are doing, and we will assign these users to these groups to have this access. So the second task is to add users to the group. To add users to the group, we have to just go to the user group section right up here, choose the S3 support group and choose the user group. Choose the users tab. In the users tab, you can see add user section is there. So for the S3 support, we have to assign this to the user 1. So we have to just go to select this user 1 and add users. Now this user 1 is added to this S3 support group. Now we have to add the second user, that is to the EC2 support group. Similarly, we will go to the user group section, EC2 support, and then add users, and the second user we will be assigning it to the EC2 support group. And the next one, the user 3 will have is inside the EC2 admin. Just go to the add users, select user 3 and add users. So now if you click on user group, we have one users assigned to each one of the group, which is our business scenario. According to our business scenario, we do. Now the task 2 is completed. In the task 3, we have to sign in and test the users whether they are working fine or not. So in the left hand side, you have the dashboard. Just click on that. An IAM sign-in URL is displayed. It looks similar to this one. So we have this IAM sign-in URL. You can see right up here. Just copy this sign-in URL and open it in a new tab. Copy the IAM sign-in text editor and open in the private window or Mozilla Firefox. So yeah, let me just open it because if you open it right up here, the screen, the sign-in screen will gone. So that's why we have to open this into another private window or another browser. So let me just copy this one and then I will open this into a private window. So you can use different browsers like Firefox, Edge, Internet Explorer. Paste the IAM user sign-in link and then hit enter. Now you will now sign in as user 1 with the Amazon S3 storage support tab. So just go to that page and IAM username is user 1. What's the password for it? Paste the value of administrator located in the left of these instructions. Okay, so the admin password is right up here. So this is the admin password. This is the admin password. Just copy it from here and paste it here and just sign in. So you will be landing into this page. So you will be logging in with the user 1 and now we have to search for the S3 because this user has the access of the S3 support. So just search for the S3 and then we will choose the bucket that has S3 bucket in its name. So I'm just clicking on here S3. You can see user 1, IAM user 1 is here. So you can see 3 buckets are there, AWS resources and all. So we have to choose the S3 bucket which includes the S3 bucket. So just click on that. Next, at the top of the Amazon console search bar, EC2 as well. So right now you will be able to see the S3 buckets on some objects which are inside it. So if you just click on this done account color not, so we have this access, like we have the access to read this bucket from here. We are able to access it. We don't get any error right now. So yeah, that is why user 1 has the access to only support the S3 things. Next we will try to access the EC2 here. So just search for the EC2 and open it using user 1. You can see an error, a lot of errors will come here. You can see right up here. Choosing the drop down arrow at the top of the screen and left of the support, selecting the region value, these instructions. Okay, the region is AP Southeast 2. Okay, so we have to go to the region AP Southeast 2. Yeah, that's the Sydney one, right? We are into the current region. After you check that, next thing we have to do is in the instances, choose the instances part. If you just click on the instances right up here, you can see you are not authorized to perform these operations because the user 1 is not authorized to perform EC2 describe instances. This user only have the S3 read only access, S3 support, so that's why it is not able to access the EC2, not able to get the view of EC2. So for this you have to log in with your user 2 account. So I'm just signing out here. And then I will be logging with the user 2. with the user 2 and this admin password. So I have to again enter the so I have to again enter the URL. This is the URL I have to enter. Then I have to log in using the user 2 URL, user 2, which has the read only access of EC2s, and the admin password, this one. So we are logging it with the second user, that is the user 2, which has the EC2 support access. So after logging to your logging with the user 2, you have to just go to the AP Southeast 2. That's the region mentioned in the lab. You can see right up here region. We have to first go to this region, and then we have to see the open the EC2 here, and we will try first to choose stop the instances if the instances stop, like if any running instance are there. Let's see how it goes. So if we just click on EC2, here you will be able to see that one instance is running. If you just click on instances, we have this instance running of T3 micro. So we have this access of read only access of EC2 for this user 2. Let's just try to stop this instance. What will happen? If you just click on stop instances, it throws some error like you are not authorized to stop this instance, something like this, because EC2 the second user which is assigned to the user group EC2 support has not access to start or stop any of the EC2s. It only has the read only access of the EC2s to describe the EC2s, to check all of its details. So that's why when we are stopping it from user 2, it will be having some error denied thing. And if we just go to the S3 section, if we just try to access the S3 right, using the user 2, if we just click on S3, we will having some error as well here as well, because this user 2 is not having general purpose bucket. You can see access denied, because the user 2 is not having the access to this S3, because he is only has the access of the EC2 support, only the read only access of EC2. Now we have to again go and log in with the user 3 that has the EC2 like admin access to stop the thing. So just sign out from here, and again signing in with the IAM URL with user 3. You can see this is the password. I have to user 3 and then the password. You can see we are logged in, and we have to set the region to the Sydney AP Southeast 2. Once done, once you are logged in with your user 3, we can just go to the EC2 instances, and then we will try whether we are able to stop it or not of that to that instance. We have one running instance, you can see right up here, and we will just try to stop it, because this user 3 has the EC2 admin access, like it's the group of, it's inside the EC2 admin group, so it has the access to stop this instance. If you just click on this, you can see successfully initiated the stopping of this instance. So in this way we can say we will successfully completed this lab. We will assign different users to different user groups based on, we will also check different things, like we will also check the permissions which are assigned to that user group is working fine, and then by signing in to these users we will test those users as well whether they are working fine or not. So this is just small demo, small hands-on demo on introduction to AWS IAM. You can also try it out if you are registered in this skill builder series. If you found out any error, any error or any difficulties, you can ping me on the comment section. I will be definitely help you out. So after doing all the tasks, you have to launch, you have to submit this result. So launch this knowledge check button. After clicking on that, one assessment skill builder AWS will open. It will take around 30 seconds to load. Sometimes this link gives some error of CloudFront, but sometimes it will open it in first go only. So let me just check. Yeah, so it's open up in the first time. So we have 5 questions, and let's begin the test for that. What does an IAM use to define permissions for user groups and roles? So IAM uses the policies. So we have different policies that will define the permissions for these. What type of IAM policy is managed by AWS and cannot be modified by users? So these are the AWS managed policies. So these are not modified by the users. If a user have to create some policies, then it is the inline policies. To just choose the AWS managed policy. Which of the following is the benefit of using IAM roles? So using IAM roles, they grant permission without sharing long-term access key. No, that's not. They provide permanent, they automatically scale the resource. They allow you to avoid using IAM users. Which of the following is a benefit of using IAM roles? They automatically scales AWS resources. Yeah, so that's the thing. They grant permission without sharing the long-term access keys. Which of the following best describing the principle of least privilege in IAM? So granting users only the permission they need to perform their task, not providing more access to the users which they didn't need. A company wants to allow their employees to use their existing corporate credentials to access AWS resources. Which IAM features should they implement to access AWS resources? So they should be using the identity federation. A company wants to use the existing corporate credentials. Yeah, if they are using the corporate credentials, they should be using the identity federation. Just click on finish assessment. You can see all the answers are correct and we are good to go. Just go to this page. You can see the result is 1-on-1. Click on submit result. After clicking on this submit result, we have to just sign out from these labs. I'm just signing it out from here, and the federated one as well, signing out from here as well. I'm just closing this one, and after signing out we have to just end this lab as we are completing this lab. So just complete the lab, complete lab. So in this way, our next video on this skill builder series on AWS IAM is we successfully done this. We just go here, we can see we completed this. If you want to give some feedback, you can just put it here. Just click on view next. We have a certificate of completion. If you just click on refresh it here, you will get the certification as well of that. So just clicking on that. You can see view and download. We have the achievement. So this is the completion certificate we have, and just click on return to beginning. So in this way we completed the introduction to IAM in this video. So hope you guys like this video. In the next one we are going to see the hands-on on the next topic, that is AWS KMS, key management service. So till then, thanks everyone, bye.